Hello.
Students, today we learn last part of the lesson, that is human evolution. We know that biodiversity that we see today is said this biodiversity is developed from unicellular organism due to evolution. Now evolution means what? We learned in first part. So the during this evolution, human evolution also happened. Now we'll learn how this human evolution takes place. After the dinosaur era, or when the last dinosaurs they disappeared. When they disappeared near about 7 crore years ago. So at that time monkey like animals are said to be they evolved from ancestors that were similar to the present day's lemurs. These lemurs, they are the mammals. They have pointed snout, large eyes and long tail. They are active at night only and they live in trees only. These lemurs, they have grasping hands and feet. The large eyes facing more in front than lateral sides. These arboreal animals are mainly found in Madagascar. Tail of these monkey-like animals of Africa is said to be disappeared about 4 crore years ago. They developed due to enlargement in brain. Their hands were also improved and thus ape-like animals were evolved. These ape-like animals, they start moving from their own place in search of food and they reach the South and Northeast Asia and then they finally evolved into gibbon, big monkey and orang-utan and remaining ape-like animals which stayed in Africa. And from these animals, gorilla and chimpanzee was evolved near about 2.45 crore years ago. Evolution of some of the 2 crore year old species of apes, they are seem to be occurred in different ways. They had to use their hands more for eating food and to hold things and for other work. Now those apes who started to live on land because of forest started to decline due to dry environment. So as they started to live on the land, their lumbar bones developed in such way that they started to stand erect. They started to stand in erect postures in grassland. So their hands, as they started in erect postures, their hands become free and they became available for use any time. So this is the part of our vertebral column or spine where we see lumbar vertebrae. It is the lower part of a back. We can see here clearly the lumbar bones of lower spine. So these first human-like animals with erect postures which were using their hands have evolved near about 2 crore years ago. The first record of human-like animal is with us in the form of Ramapithecus, ape from East Africa. So afterwards this ape grown in size and become more intelligent. And thus the ape of South Africa was evolved near about 40 lakh years ago. So the morphology of these human-like animals started to appear like to be the member of genus Homo about 20 lakh years ago, and the skilled human developed. And about 15 lakh years ago, human walking with erect postures was evolved. So it may have existed in China and Indonesia of Asia continent. So, the evolution of upright man continued in the direction of developing its brain for the period of about 1 lakh years, and meanwhile, man discovered the fire. So, the brain of 50,000-year old man had been sufficiently evolved to the extent that it could be considered as a Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens means wise man. And then it comes Neanderthal man. This man can be considered as the first example of wise man. Then Cro-Magnon man evolved about 50,000 years ago. Do you know one thing? That this Neanderthal man was quite intelligent to use and construct flint tools. They buried their dead bodies along with their tools. And this Neanderthal man was supposed to perform ceremonies. The evolution of Cro-Magnon had been faster than the earlier evolution. Then about 10,000 years ago, wise men started to practice agriculture due to development of brain. Then man started to rear cattle herds and establish the cities. Then cultural development also took place. Then art of writing was invented about 5,000 years ago. Thus the history has been started. So the modern sciences emerged about 400 years ago, and industrial society was established near about 200 years ago. And now we have reached at this stage, and still we are searching the details of roots of human history. Here we are finishing Heredity and Evolution lesson.